Hectic is an understatement. Final rehearsals are underway in Manchester on the eve of the third international festival. 20 world premieres and special events are on show over the next 3 weeks in an event that's becoming a showcase for leading artists from around the world. Our culture editor Matthew Kane is there tonight. Matthew.
Yes, John, I'm on the Town Hall Square, and as you said, the festival doesn't start till tomorrow, so they're actually still putting some of the finishing touches to the headquarters behind me. Now, I think what makes this festival so special is if you compare it to Edinburgh, for example. Edinburgh over the years has become quite bloated and overblown. There's about 2,500 shows every year, and as a member of the public, it's actually quite hard to get a handle on this now, especially as there's no quality control. And this isn't the case with Manchester. There's a much smaller, more manageably sized programme, and this has allowed the organisers to produce several global hits over the years. The last festival gave us Rufus Wainwright's opera, Prima Donna, and the one before that, the first one, gave us Damon Albarn and Jamie Hewlett's opera, Monkey, which was a major global hit. And because of this, Damon Albarn has been back to subsequent festivals rather. He's back this year with a new show called Dr. D, and he gave us a first exclusive look at rehearsals. Dr. D is a new opera, sung in English and exploring the nature of what it means to be English. It centres around the character of John Dee, a 16th century alchemist, astrologer and advisor to Elizabeth I.
Well, he struck me as a very fantastic sort of brain, you know, the sort that doesn't necessarily inhabit the earth very often. And then the way he was drawing on sort of very old spiritual and philosophic ideas and sort of creating his own sort of almanac and vision of the future.
The project is a big change from the start of Damon Albarn's career as the frontman of Britpop band Blur. He went on to form animated group Gorillaz, which was brought to life by artist Jamie Hewlett. I ain't happy. I'm feeling glad I got... The pair also collaborated on the opera Monkey, which premiered at the first Manchester International Festival in 2007. But arguably, Dr. D represents Albarn's toughest challenge yet. Not least because John Dee was an imperialist whose vision was instrumental in establishing the British Empire.
We view imperialism with a genuine perspective, and you know, our emotional response to it is one of extreme reticence, because we've experienced its rise and its fall. Whereas for them, they were imagining something that had never happened to the English. You know, this was an incredibly exciting and positive time in many ways.
To give the show contemporary resonance, Albarn will also be performing as himself.
From the moment that Damon decided that he realised that he had to be in it, the shape of it changed from being, you know, what might have been a fairly interesting but quite dry biopic about John Dee to something that's much more rooted in what Damon feels about England and what I feel about it, and you know, the kind of contemporary relevance of it all.
And Albarn is happy to be undertaking this exploration of Englishness from Manchester.
Well, I've become very familiar with this town. I feel there's a lot of space here. I like the air here, and I like the people, and it feels like a positive place to try new things.
As well as Damon Albarn, Dr. D features a 23-piece orchestra, movement specialists from Frantic Assembly, video and film projections, and Malian musicians playing traditional African instruments. If it works, it will be an illustration of alchemy in action that would make Dr. D himself proud.
If it works, you say, Matthew. Does it work? You've seen it. Is it going to be a hit?
Well, I've only seen a short rehearsal, but what I would say about it is it's one of those very idiosyncratic propositions that's very high risk and could actually go either way. But it's worth saying at this point that one of the ways in which the Manchester Festival...
Now there's